So guys, I actually have a little bit of a dilemma because I actually still have some things to show you guys in the city center, which is fine of course. But then there's something else which is a little bit outside of the city center that I actually want to show you, because it's actually a monument on top of a hill, and that's a monument dedicated to the Soviet soldiers that lost their lives during World War II. So but it's a little bit of a walk and I just have to choose. So I think I'll go to the monument, because that's, you know, it sounds more interesting to me. So now I'm actually hoping that I can make it up top of the hill, look at it, film it, then go to the city center and still able to catch my train. Worst case scenario, if I do miss my train, yeah, there's nothing going anymore to Prague, so then I have to stay here another day. But at least let's hope that I can make it. So I'm just gonna put in some pace and see you on top of the hill. So actually, you can see it in the distance. You can see the big monument there. So I have no idea how to get there, but I guess any way that goes towards the monument, well, then eventually I should be there, right? I hope. I must say that this is actually quite the climb. And that's definitely, because of course my winter jacket. If people wonder like, why are you crazy? Why do you wear a winter jacket? For one, I'm always cold. And number two, it is actually quite cold. Definitely in the mornings or when you're traveling. You know, it's like 6 degrees, 5-6 degrees Celsius. So yeah, that is quite cold. So that's why the winter jacket, like I'm always afraid if I take like a summer jacket and it will get windy, I would just basically not have a very good time. So climbing up now, and you can slowly see the city from here. Look at that. But we keep going, we're almost there. And there we have it, the Soviet monument. And let's keep in mind that a lot of people don't realize this, but during World War II, actually 8.6 million Soviet troops died in trying to liberate Europe from Germany. Now also, those were just not your typical soldiers. Like sure, you had the trained soldiers who knew how to use a rifle, but there were a lot of civilians in there that actually never shot a rifle before, that were just been pushed to the front and trying to, you know, stop the invasion of Nazi Germany. Now, with those civilian soldiers, there were also a lot of farmers that actually did not have a gun, and they were just basically sent to the front with a pitchfork. That is of course all because Stalin wanted to stop the German invasion and just want to show his muscle, like how far he could just basically go through and try to liberate the whole of Europe. And even though the Red Army finally did succeed and they went to Berlin and, you know, they liberated most of at least Eastern Europe, a lot of people were not so happy with Stalin the way he did it. And of course, you know, when you talk about 8.6 million people that lost their lives, soldiers or civilians, that's a huge amount of people. You know, it's a very high price to pay. And of course, the other hand, it would have been probably way worse, but still, it's a very high number. So definitely here also in Slovakia, you know, were huge battles going on for a long time, and many soldiers died here as well. So hence here, the beautiful monument. It's actually really impressive because it's quite tall as well. A tall obelisk with a beautiful statue on there. Let's see, look at this. The view is great, definitely from here. And I think, my personal opinion, that these monuments are very important. Like what I talked about when we were at the castle, about certain things in history should never be forgotten. That's why you should build a monument or, you know, something in its place. And that's for this one as well. I mean, You know, it's a terrible thing that happened, of course, all these years ago, but it's something that we definitely should never forget. We learned from it, and hopefully it will never happen again. So I always, well, enjoy is a very terrible word to use at the moment, but I always like to visit these kind of monuments because they are really impressive and beautiful to look at. And it's good to sometimes stand still with, you know, the history that happened and look to the future, I guess. All right, now it's time for us to head back to the city center. If you hear a very strange noise, there's like a helicopter flying around, probably a TV station or something, or police chopper could be. So we're gonna go back down there. So maybe you can already see it. I don't think you can see it on the camera. There's actually the bridge with the UFO observation deck, which I could not visit, just unfortunately because of time. But yeah, we keep going, and we're gonna go to two things that I still want to see myself, and then it's already time to go back. So let's go. So can you imagine that it's now Friday when I'm filming this, and still, you know, city center empty. Of course, I understand that, you know, most people don't live in the city center, and nor are there the stores and shops where people do their groceries. Still, you know, even for tourists, like I said earlier, it's empty. So my confusion is actually real at the moment, because we had a church there and also here. Now, I understand that, you know, there need to be a lot of churches in big cities, but still, you know, two literally in a striking distance of one another. Oh yeah, you know, it's a little bit odd, but probably it has a reason, I guess. You know, it's like being your neighbors. You're gonna ask like, hey, where do you go to church? Oh, I'm gonna go there. Oh, I'm gonna go like 5 meters further. You know, maybe that's the real reason behind it, I don't know. So one of the things that I still want to show you guys is, well, the big clock tower in the distance. Unfortunately, it's under construction. So I will just see if I can get a little bit closer look, see if it's anything interesting or not. But you know, it's like a landmark, just like the castle. It's a landmark of the city. So definitely worth taking a closer look, I guess. Let's just only hope that they don't allow people in, because if they do, that would mean that I will have to climb up all these stairs again, or any kind of stairs in any kind of church tower, and then have to climb all the way up. Then yeah, me and stairs, it's not that I hate them, but you know, I'm so out of shape, so after like, I don't know, 30, I'm tired. And then definitely if you still have to go another 400. But you know, on the other hand, what I do for you guys, you know, I just do it. And look at these witches that are hanging here in the street. Don't know if it has anything to do with Halloween or just in general. Could be, I don't know. I should probably look it up. Because if it is for Halloween, yeah, it could be, but not that I know of. That Slovakia, nor Czech Republic or Austria, I think, don't celebrate Halloween. Although I must say that in most countries now it's up and coming. Like I I know Belgium does it. I know Netherlands does it now too. So it's up and coming, Halloween. You know, if there's money to be made out of it because it's a commercial affair, commercial holiday, then sure. You know, somebody will just want to implement it. That sounds so negative, but I mean in a good way. Come on, I mean Valentine's Day is also something very commercial, right?